Welcome back. I'm Brandon, the HBAR Bull, and we just had some massive news hit the Hedera ecosystem. It's not in the world of real-world asset tokenization as we saw a few weeks ago. This time it's around payments, and it has to do with a team that we've covered a fair amount in the past, and that's SKUx, and they've partnered up and are collaborating with the credit card giant Visa. Now, before we get into what this actual announcement is, I wanted to give an opportunity to explain exactly what SKUx is, and nobody does it better than Bobby Tinsley. He is one of the co-founders at SKUx, and we interviewed him a while back, and he does a fantastic job, so let's check it out. To start, can you explain the business behind SKUx and the problems you're trying to solve?
Yeah, absolutely. Super excited for our work with Hedera and just, congrats the growth of the network. The last couple years since the interview, we have been heads down building out our technology, our infrastructure, and our strategic partnerships. When we think about SKUx, and we talked, some of this in the interview at NASDAQ, when you look at the promotional offer industry, there's billions and billions of dollars spent every year that goes to fraud and really doesn't end up in consumers' pockets, right? And so when we think about SKUx, and we took a very different approach to the payments industry, specifically on how we could solve pain points in the ability for consumers to get access to these funds and to their payments, we're really focused on two things. Number one, simplifying consumer access to promotional spend through digital first instant payments and enabling merchants to be able to easily accept item level payments and to do that without sharing their basket data with third parties. So very focused on that as a company, and you have a multi-patented approach, and obviously very excited about our work with Hedera in the work of that process.
Now, to explain exactly what was announced today, we're going to go directly to the source. We're going to go to the press release, which was actually also picked up by the Financial Times, but it explains it fairly well. Now, I'm going directly to the SKUx website for this version of the press release, and there's just a couple paragraphs that pretty much run down exactly what was announced. The first is the opening paragraph where it says, SKUx, a leader in digital instant payments innovation, today announced it has signed an agreement with Visa, a world leader in digital payments. The agreement will accelerate digital transformation for select merchants and consumer packaged goods companies that leverage SKUx's payments-based offer solutions, supporting a variety of client use cases, from consumer acquisition to loyalty to consumer care and recovery, while ensuring a seamless end-to-end consumer experience. Now, we know that Hedera is at the base of SKUx's tech stack, but the third paragraph gets the Hedera mention and is why we're so excited. It says, the SKUx digital payments platform is designed to enable seamless virtual payments to consumers anytime, anywhere, regardless of business objective. It allows companies to engage directly with their customers by delivering a client-branded real-time Visa digital payment to a mobile device. Built on a highly sophisticated modern platform architecture, SKUx Digital Payments leverages Hedera's leading enterprise DLT to track the issuance and redemption of payments, providing unparalleled transparency in reporting. So why is this good for Hedera? Well, just off the bat, it's good to get the trust of entities like Visa. It's also great that we're seeing that infrastructure built, just like we saw with Archax, to be able to tokenize real-world assets. In this instance, we're getting that infrastructure built to be able to facilitate payments and promotional things as well. And the other thing is Hedera is built for scale. It's built for very high volume use cases, and you don't get much more high volume than Visa. So whether this is going to be promotions, whether it's going to be payments, it's good to see that. And that equals revenue. Every time these things are traded, whether they're tracking things with HCS, whether they're actually doing payments with HTS, that's going to be revenue for the Hedera network. And that revenue can be used to continue to advance the network, to build out the network, to build out the ecosystem, and to incentivize token holders and nodes. So this is great to see. There was also some news that came out around MasterCard. Now, it didn't have any direct links to Hedera, but pretty much all the teams that were mentioned were teams that are building on Hedera. So I'm going to try to figure out exactly what's going on with the MasterCard announcement as well, and we'll cover all of that in some more detail tomorrow in the HBAR Weekly Update. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.